All right, guys, welcome back to Remotely Wasted. This is our week one edition of our college football series. Here with Jaden, we're going to discuss our top 16. No, that's not this video. Actually, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that a separate video. We're gonna discuss
Dude,
top
top
25 and
25
then go into some detail on our favorite teams, which is Oklahoma Sooners and the Florida State Seminoles. So
for
we'll have a
now.
lot to discuss on that as well. Yeah, at the time of recording, the AP top 25 came out today. Normally we start from the bottom, kind of see who the bottom feeders are. Anything stand out to you looking at, like 25 through 20 for you?
Um, Oregon dropping four it's semi-surprising, but like, I guess they did have a tough time with Idaho for some reason. I wasn't able to watch that game or see any
That was a
highlights, but I mean, I was keeping an eye on the score, and it was only up by like 7 for like a little while, and I was like, what the hell's going on over there? And like Dylan Gabriel's got like 400 yards, and they're
it
still
makes
only
no
up by like
sense.
7. I'm like, I really want to know what the fuck happened. So if anybody watched that game,
I
I'm too
watched
lazy
the
to go look at the
highlights and it,
highlights,
it
but
looked like Oregon just couldn't run the ball. That seemed to be a big issue. There's
maybe
just
their
no
line's not
excuse
very
to
good.
to, to like have
Yeah.
Idaho that close.
Hey, welcome to what we got going on.
Um,
Seems to be a lot of choking going around. Let's see. Michigan had similar issues for a little while. I mean, they
yeah.
ultimately it was a put them away, but them dropping one was weird. Miami and USC made a huge jump, which checks out. They both played really well.
But yeah,
LSU fallen 5, which I feel like they got lucky. They could have probably fell a lot further.
yeah. They had a. Did you see old Brian Kelly's press conference? I feel like he wasn't
I'm
even
mad
mad.
at this team. No,
I
that
feel
seemed,
like he was just pretending to be mad. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he seems like a guy that's like is just perpetually mad and like never gets madder or is like never mad, but like he just has like resting bitch face.
He's like, oh, I should act mad so people think
So
I
that,
care.
yeah, so I don't want to get fired today. Crazy. Then Clemson dropping 11 it's kind of far, but they did get the shit stomped out of them.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they moved down that far, just given who they were playing. I mean, it's Georgia. Georgia, they came out the gate looking defensively. I can't name a better team in the
It was kind
country
of
right
close
now.
there for a little while. I was like, oh,
hmm
okay. Somebody's got to figure it out eventually. And damn sure wasn't Clemson. They didn't figure it out the entire game.
Klubnik, I just don't think he's the
Yeah.
he's the guy.
I don't either. He looked like sloppy.
Sloppy, just unprepared. Like he just made really weird decisions. Like he would
I
just
mean, I'm gonna give him half credit. It is Georgia. Like, I mean, they make most people that are not like, 4-year seniors look kind of silly. So, I mean,
yeah
if
yeah
you're not
that
playing, if you're not on like Alabama or Texas or like Ole Miss, something like that, you can be looking goofy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna give Clemson, another week or two because they did play a really good team. Like, let's see how they look against somebody,
Who they
like
play
a
next week?
mid-tier
I look
team.
at App State. App State's low
They're
key.
sneaky.
It's a sneaky team. So and then NC State didn't look very good. So they got the next 3 weeks aren't could be worse. Shit, they could win out the rest of the year if they just pull their shit together.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a question of we're about to find out how bad it really is in Clemson. It could just be
Facts.
they played a really good team, but they start losing. Dabo's been really bad with the NIL thing, doesn't want to move into the future. I think this could be the beginning of the end of the Dabo era if this is a really bad
Yeah,
year.
I agree. It's not like the first year of this kind of downward trend. He's like year 3. I want to say maybe 4. When Trevor Lawrence left, I want to say it's like 3. This is like his like third, fourth year in the NFL.
Basically, it's a whenever but this is DJ's fourth year
DJ's is.
because
I
he
got,
was
I
he
got
came in right after
I got his
Trevor.
ass pulled up right here. Let's see. He's been in 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. So this is probably the year he sat behind
Trevor
Trevor.
Lawrence. And then after that, that was his first year
That's when he
starting.
got benched. Or was it that year? Because he only played
He
one
he
year at
got
Oregon State, right?
yeah, so he got benched
This is Oregon State.
2022
Got benched.
and then just was not good that
Did he
year.
play a full season?
I think. Well, it was COVID. No, it wasn't COVID, was it? No, it wasn't. So I don't know if they what maybe he just didn't play every single game.
3 years at Clemson. I was like to say, I knew he only played one at Oregon State.
Yeah,
Huh. All right. As we
yeah, that
progress.
yeah. I mean, Clemson, they're kind of on the edge. NC State, they got a big game coming up against Tennessee this weekend.
They're
Um,
about to get boat walked.
well,
NC State
they
looked
were
bad.
struggling. What are they playing? Western Kentucky or something
They
like that?
looked bad. This team is supposed to be just. This team is supposed to be really good. Their defense is supposed to be good. Uh, I don't think they're it.
They got a good running back.
This
I'll
is
give them
definitely not the
that.
year for the ACC. Like, God damn, we look like trash. The whole conference as a whole, except for Miami, we all look bad.
Hey,
Eh,
Georgia Tech's
Oh
23.
yeah, I forgot about Georgia. Okay, Miami and Georgia Tech are carrying.
I would almost say Boston College deserves to be ranked after last
Fuck,
night.
I agree. Put them where Clemson is. Sure,
I mean,
you could put them higher.
Bill O'Brien's a great coach.
Bill O'Brien. I hate Bill O'Brien. I was like going into the game. I was like, I kind of like Bill O'Brien, and then there was like they put his picture up with like his like all the like coaching jobs he's had, and I was like, I don't like Bill O'Brien. What the fuck am I talking about? I was like, I hate Bill O'Brien because
Yeah,
he's been at
I'm
like
not a big fan.
Alabama and the Pats, and I'm like, I don't like either of those teams.
I didn't like him in New England, quite honestly. I didn't think he was a very good coordinator for us. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think he's a great offensive coordinator, and I don't know if he is their offensive coordinator or not. I like the play. I'll get into it later. The plays just that he was running were like super crazy, but
yeah, I mean, you put an NFL guy like that though in the college game, they're gonna be pretty good.
yeah. So I'm excited. I don't really like him. I'm excited to see what he does with Boston College. Like, and they have a former NFL defensive coordinator, I believe, on the defense side. So there's just NFL dudes on the coaching staff building the juggernaut in Boston, which is
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy because it's like a big academic school, and they're just they're about to start raw dogging people. I'm here
yeah,
for it.
I think so. I mean, it'd be a cool school to see to get bigger. Just
Yeah,
like Georgia Tech, they're 2 and
cool.
0 now.
Fucking hate
They're
them, but whatever.
they're ranked. I don't think we've seen them ranked since we've been doing this show. Maybe at this.
God, no, I don't think so. I can't stand Georgia Tech, bro. I can't. I fucking hate that team. I hate playing that team. I hate everything about that team. Man, they always do this to us.
They're this like a trap team. Like the ACC is full
Facts.
of trap teams. I've noticed. Like you're like, oh, I don't got to worry about this random team, and then next thing you know, I mean, because Boston College gave you guys fits last year, like,
Yeah, they did.
and
We should have lost.
that was
That's
probably
fine.
like your worst regular season game of the season last year.
Yeah, man. It's like every team in the ACC plays us like it's a fucking Super Bowl, and then next week, they're playing some shitty ass FCS team, and it's like tied going into the fourth quarter, and some running backs got 300 rushing yards on them, and you're like, what the fuck? What is happening here? Yeah, or
Stupid.
some quarterbacks got 1,000 yards passing on Georgia Tech's defense, and you're like, what? And you're like,
It's
well, last week we couldn't do dick, so fuck us, right?
So it's just a weird start to the season right now. I mean, this was one of the weirder week ones I think I've seen in a while. Like there wasn't any big upsets really, aside from Boston College, but like it was just like teams were playing sloppy. Like
Yeah.
Michigan was playing sloppy, Oregon was playing sloppy. Like you're just like, what is
Texas and
going on
Ohio State
here?
weren't looking super good for a little bit. I mean, they
Early
eventually got
on,
together,
yeah.
yeah. The only teams that looked absolutely fucking dominant was Bama, Ole Miss,
Georgia,
Miami,
yeah,
Tennessee, Oklahoma.
that might be
I didn't
it.
watch Kansas. Arizona was going crazy the first half.
They were good, but they allowed a lot of
Yeah,
points.
they did, which is concerning. Iowa. I didn't
I
watch
liked
Louis.
Iowa. I liked what I saw from Iowa.
I didn't watch Louisville. I didn't watch NC State. Then that's it. There's like 4 or 5 teams that just dominated. Everybody else looked super shaky. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's just it is also the first game, so people gotta get used to playing full game speed, getting hit,
Yeah,
hitting
and
people.
you're trying to figure out new guys and stuff. Like this
Yeah,
week in OU, we played 84 different guys. Like
I
We
mean,
were just
that's
swapping
what
in,
you need to
swapping
do
out,
against a
trying to
team like
see.
that.
Yeah,
Who's showing up in real time, not in practice, against people that you don't
don't
practice
know.
against?
Yeah,
Yeah,
going full speed at them and everything.
that's what you want to see. So it's cool that they're actually taking that opportunity, or you're getting the opportunity to be able to do that before you start getting into your fucking gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough schedule. Florida, man, like they got the worst schedule and it's already bad. It's already so bad. That Miami game I thought was gonna be kind of close, you know what I mean? I didn't think
I
it
did
was
too.
gonna
It
be.
it started out semi-promising. It was kind of going back and forth, getting some stops, but like their offense, like fuck.
Yeah, I hope
I think their
I think they
quarterback's out.
yeah, what's his name? Mertz.
So they got DJ Lagway starting, I
He's the
believe.
number one quarterback in the country coming out of high school.
I
So
hope he's bad.
hopefully he's the guy.
Nope, I hope he's bad.
Well, I mean, hopefully for them, you know what I mean? Like in their
I can't afford
scenario.
him being good. Can't afford it.
He looked decent. Like he looked better than Mertz, quite honestly, when he came out. He's just like, faster, more athletic. Cam Ward, man, that was just a crazy dominant. Well, I'll be
Yeah,
talking about him later, but
he
he's
looked really
insane in
good.
Miami. Miami might be back. This might be the year they're back.
I hope not. God, that would suck.
It feels like it, it just
It
has that
does. It
feeling.
really does. Like this is like one of our worst years ever, and then they're like, "Oh, let's make a run for a national title." While they're like, "What? What is happening?"
Now that they aren't doing good, this is when we're gonna step up to the plate.
Whatever you gotta do, I guess.
'Cause Miami's honestly like it's like a game they hype up between you guys every year, but it's normally a gimme win for you guys usually.
I don't want to say gimme. It's a rivalry game, so they'll
I've
be
seen
kind of
you
close.
guys I've seen you guys whoop Miami like a few
But
times
yeah,
where
sometimes we do, but then
and
there's
you think it's gonna
sometimes,
be a good game and it's like
yeah,
you're like what the fuck? Like
sometimes it's pretty close.
yeah, every now and then. Well, especially during those Taggart and
Yeah,
early
the way
Norvell
this year's
years.
looking, we're getting blown out.
Yeah, at this point,
Fuck.
Utah looked really good with Cam Rising back.
But did
He
they?
threw five touchdowns, zero interceptions, 300 something yards. He looks like he's back and ready to go. His last year in college. I'm excited for him.
I
He's been
like
one of my
him.
favorite players since we've been doing this.
I like Utah a lot,
Um, yeah, I like him a lot.
for sure.
Trying to see if there's any other teams like we're not gonna talk about later. Really, USC. I thought
They look good.
they looked way better than they did last
That
year.
defense looks nice,
Yeah, the defense.
which is
I'm curious to see is like LSU's offense bad because they don't have Jaden Daniels, or is USC's defense actually good? We'll see that in the upcoming weeks because they're in the Big Ten now. They're gonna play
yeah.
tough competition every week.
I think they'll do all right.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they don't.
I didn't think
Um,
they were going to, but after what I was seeing, I liked what I seen.
yeah, I like Miller Moss. I liked
Yeah, I like him a
Lawson on
lot.
the defense.
When I first
Uh,
started watching the game, because I didn't come in like right at the beginning. I came in a little late, and I was like watching him. I was like, he don't really seem comfortable, but like he was making throws, and I'm like, how the fuck's he doing this? Like the pocket be collapsing, he'd be like this, just get it out there, and I'm like, how the fuck did he make that?
he's
Um, it,
pretty
it-
talented.
yeah, he's got like he's real liquidy. He's just kind of just flowing.
Yeah, it's
It's weird.
interesting because
I I don't know. It was bothering me. I didn't like it, but it was like working.
yeah,
I was like, he's not good, but he was cooking, and I'm like, this doesn't feel right.
he's like awkward. Yeah, he's like an
Yeah,
awkward player. And it's funny because
which is
Will
really cool.
Howard was gonna go over there, and then Miller Moss played so good in the bowl game. Lincoln Riley basically told Will Howard like I don't
Pound
need you.
sand.
And now Will Howard's at Ohio State, so you might be thinking maybe Miller Moss is better than Will
He's been there
Howard.
for a
Like
little while. I think this is like his fourth year or some shit.
yeah, he said he spent at least 2 years with Caleb like behind him.
Yeah,
So
which is wild.
I mean he's a seasoned player under the Lincoln Riley system.
Yeah, I liked what I seen. They look nice.
Let's
Not the
see.
hugest USC fan, but
I hate them. I hate that they're ranked higher than us. Like I hate everything about them.
it'd be cool if you guys
But
play this year.
that'd be nice.
Maybe catch them in the playoffs.
That'd be cool. I like that. Let's see. Who else are we not gonna talk about? I didn't even really check on Penn State. I know they won. I know
I don't even
Drew
remember.
Aller played pretty good.
They won semi comfortably. Yeah, I played West Virginia
And West
24-12.
Virginia's not terrible.
I think I watched a little bit of that game. They were only up by a touchdown, or it was tied, and then they scored, took the lead, and I was like, this is kind of close. I was hoping West Virginia would win, but man, nobody can pull off the upsets against the teams I just dislike.
Yeah, that's how it
Never
seems.
happens.
You want to jump into team talk? Feel
Yeah,
like
you
there's
want you
not
want to go
not not a
first?
whole lot to that we're not going to discuss. Yeah, I'll go first just because it's a lot less to talk about than there is before. We got 2 weeks worth of Florida State stuff to
Fuck
cover.
yeah, we do. I
So
forgot, man.
we
Oh,
just got one week of OU. So I mean, Temple, it was a really good start to the season. I like the way the defense played. We forced 5 turnovers on defense, sixth one on special teams. Almost everybody on defense got
God
a
damn.
tackle.
You
Zero
guys even
turn.
had less time in possession. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's just because we're punting it back to them so much. Well, and it was weird because we kept getting like we'd get a turnover, so the offense would get a really short field, so we'd score real quick, then
Mm,
have to punt it back, so they'd get like a longer time to have the ball. Jackson Arnold, I feel a lot better about him after watching this game.
yeah.
He's got a nice little touch on the ball. He seemed more comfortable. 17 to 25, but 4 of those were drops. So he could have easily
Okay.
been 21 to 25 with his yardage was concerning.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was just looking at.
his yardage was, but we also
But if
after
you're
the
on a
game.
short field, like there ain't much space for him to like what is he supposed to do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And after the game, Brent Venables said that we're kind of running a vanilla playbook.
Right.
He didn't like outright say this, but it's because we're playing Temple and it's not worth
They're not
like.
trying to spoil what they got cooked up.
Yeah, and I mean Taylor Tatum, he was the guy I was most impressed with on offense. 5 carries, 69 yards, touchdown. Number one running back in the country coming into out of high school.
No shit.
He didn't get to play till like towards the end, and he's electric. I hope he's our starter going forward because some of the other guys they did okay.
Who's your
Sawchuk,
start?
and
What Sawchuk? Yeah.
yeah, Sawchuk played okay. He maybe rushed for like 40 yards. It wasn't anything too crazy. Um, defense was what I was most impressed with. Um, it's just O line's a little questionable. We lost our starting center during that game. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Jaleel Farouk broke his foot during
Ooh,
that
in
game.
the game? Oh shit.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks he's going to be out.
That
We
sucks.
got a stacked wide receiving core though, so I'm not too worried. It's really going to be O line. I think O line's going to be. We have a good O line. I think we could contend for the playoffs. If we have a bad O line, I think we can maybe be 6-6. You know what I mean? It just depends on what the O line does. But so far, so good. I'm feeling good about it. I think we're going to be really good this year from what I've seen. I'm just ready to start playing good teams to see what we're
O
really
lines are
made of.
like real finicky. It either can take quite a while for them to kind of mesh and play well together, or they can connect like real quick. It could be their first time starting with like one or two new players, and then they just lock in. You're like, oh, okay, shit. Didn't even notice these were two new guys.
It's
So
such a
it's weird.
like you don't pay attention to it until it's bad. You know what I mean? But
And you're
like
like, fuck, these dudes suck. Like our online.
Florida State's O line is not very good. I think
I don't know what the fuck happened. What happened from last? It's mostly the same people. I think we have one new guy on the line. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, we could jump into Florida State. There's not a whole lot to say about OU because we haven't played anybody yet, but
What do you guys got next week?
Houston.
I,
So that's
Houston's a trap team, man.
they lost 27-7 to UNLV, so I'm a little
Yeah, but I mean, that's
they could
that's
they could bounce back this week. I don't know.
like I said, that's one of those teams that play you like it's the Super Bowl, and you're like, why the fuck are these dudes going like stupid hard? Like, relax. And then
That
before
is
you know
true.
it, it's like tied in the third quarter, and you're like, what? And then you're like, fuck, we gotta get it going.
I would say if we're struggling against Houston like that, probably a bad sign for the year. I want us to get out these first 3 games, just blow out, blow out, blow out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida State.
Ah, man, I don't even know where to start, brother. Oh my God. This game was fucking bad. They were both bad, just to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, the Georgia Tech game was I don't know. There's more almost like excuses for you guys like oh we're in Ireland,
It's raining,
it's
jet
it's
lag,
raining, jet lag,
new quarterback.
but it was still just like the
And we
first
looked
drive, the
fucking
first
terrible.
drive was great. Do you remember that
I didn't
first
even get to
drive?
watch the first drive. I was fucking at work and it was busy.
because I texted you, I said, y'all's line is fucking nuts. Because like it was just like open hole down the field, like touchdown, 2 point conversion, quick, 8-0. I'm like, well, shit. Florida State might be better this year, and then it was just all downhill from that moment.
See, I still think we have that potential. Um, but shit, where to start, man? I'm just kind of lump both the games together. We looked fucking bad. This is one of the worst Florida State teams I've ever seen, ever. And that's insane with the talent that we have on this team. You know, like before this game, like Nick Saban was there, and he's like, "Yeah, they look like a top five team, like based off, in practice, like watching us, like that's fucking Nick Saban. If anybody can like spot talent, it's him."
Yeah.
So I believe like we have the talent. I just I don't know if it's being like harnessed correctly, if the players just aren't bought in. Um, they give up already. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's something weird happening. Uh, I have this like really hopeful conspiracy that's like the team just doesn't like DJ and they're throwing to try to get him benched. And and Brock or Luke's gonna come in and we're gonna run the table and somehow squeak in the playoffs, not losing a game the rest of the year.
Hey, that's the benefit of the new playoffs is like still got to like because all
I
you have
think
to
we
do
have a
is win
one.
the
We have a.
ACC.
I think we
Like,
have a 1% chance. We don't even need to win the conference. We just need to probably not lose another game and then win the rest semi-convincingly. So I'm like
yeah,
super hopeful that that's just what it is because like there's no fucking excuse for why we have like pretty much everybody on the defensive line supposed to go to the NFL like this year or next year. Like them motherfuckers are look terrible. They look so bad. They cannot stop nothing. There should be no reason we're getting absolutely gashed by the run like we were. Like it's fucking insane. Like where's the rushing stats? It's
the
abysmal.
rush is bad.
This is the main reason why we're losing. 190. 190 is too fucking much for the type of defensive line we have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Linebackers are a really big weakness for this team. I think we had one dude in this game had like 40 snaps, not a single tackle. Like, what the fuck are you doing? We're just hitting the wrong gaps and leaving fucking wide open holes. Like I don't understand what they're doing. Is it the plays that are being called? I will say again, our defense coordinator should be fired. I think he was elevated by the talent we had last year and kind of hid his weaknesses as a defense coordinator. It's time to go. You know, you giving up. We've lost two games mostly because of the defense. This game, 100% was the
Yeah,
defense. Last game was, I'd say like 60-40, 70-30 defense for the big portion, and then the other portion DJ. Um, it's so bad. We are so bad. The only thing we might have been better than these two teams in any category is special teams.
special teams is pretty good. That is a bright spot for the team right now. I think what I think the issue is I think it's like a buy-in thing. Like the players are
There's
just
no
not
heart.
buying into what Mike Norvell is trying to do. You know, because last year's team was fully committed, fully bought in. They were just Mike Norvell just had them to where they were fully ready to do anything he asked them to do. These guys, they seem a little bit disconnected. Like
Well,
maybe
it's a
everybody's kind
fucking
of playing
team
for
of
themselves.
mercenaries from the transfer portal.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's another
I
thing.
think
There's
we
no
have
chemistry there.
13 transfers, like, they're either starters or, like, all come in to start. Uh, like, what the fuck do you expect? They don't give a shit. They're just trying to make it to the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Everybody's playing for
And
themselves right
especially at this point when we're at our lowest, like, this is when you really need them to step up and, like, all right, let's lock the fuck in. Like, we ain't losing another game. Like, this is not happening again. These teams are not going to run on us like you would expect
Yeah.
somebody to be doing.
Another thing is I think this team is missing leaders. Like,
Yeah, we
you
have
know,
no.
last year you have Jordan Travis, you know, Jared Burris, all these guys that, you know,
No,
could the other
nobody.
guys would rally around. Like
I
DJ
didn't see
like a leader to
anybody
me.
from last night doing anything. Like it was like deer in the head, like coach, fucking DJ, everybody's on the sidelines, just like like shocked, like what the fuck's happening to us? Nobody's like snapping out of it, locking in, like, all right, everybody get the fuck up, like, let's do this. Nobody, from what I was seeing. I mean, Coach Atkins, our offensive line coordinator or offensive line coach, I think he does call the majority of the plays on offense. Him and Norvell. He's been suspended the first 2 games. He'll be back for our next game. We have our bye week next week. Thank fucking God. Came when we needed it the most.
Was it a recruiting violation type deal or something like that?
Somebody from Georgia ratted him out for giving a recruit a ride to the airport.
Yes, that's
But
stupid. I
all
mean,
the shit that
yeah.
they're doing, they're just brushing it under the rug. Nobody's getting fined, suspended, nothing. But fuck
Yeah, we
off,
got
man.
we got DeMarco Murray suspended for the last game because of a similar type deal, just improper like communication with the recruit. So it's stupid. Another thing I was thinking about on Florida State, do you think it's partially like the team just hasn't gotten over what happened at the end of last season? Like, do you think it's like they just have such a negative mindset about that it's dragging them down this year?
I think it's definitely got some part up to do with it. I don't think it's a big enough reason to where we're playing this fucking bad. Some of these dudes weren't even on the team last year. DJ was not on
Yeah.
the team. That should not be affecting him whatsoever.
Like, do you think maybe just affected the culture of Florida State?
Maybe, but like it didn't seem like it. This team was so fucking hyped up coming into the year. Like Norvell was like, "This is the best team I've ever coached." I was like, "Oh, okay." That's why. And then they were like, "Best defensive line, top 5 in the country, top 5 secondary in the country." Like secondary, they don't look bad.
The second
Uh,
rated looks pretty good actually.
they look good. There's just a lot of miscommunication on coverages. We gave up that fucking wheel route last night.
They look worse in short yardage scenarios.
Oh yeah,
You know
we
what I
can't fucking
mean?
get a stop on third down to save our life.
Like
Um,
everybody, every
it's
every layer
free.
of that
It's
defense is
free.
not good on third down.
No, it's a free. It's you might as well just call whatever you want. It's you're gonna get it. We can't get any pressure on the offensive line. Can't get a sack. Can't stop the run. Can't get a turnover. Defense looks just abysmal. I'll say that. Offensive line, not great. Not terrible, but like it's not good enough. We can't run.
Yeah, and
So
running was well. That's what's crazy about this team. Your biggest strengths last year, running and defense, and neither of
yeah.
those things are. That might be what's bringing you down now.
I think this year we were supposed to be like a run first team. We're fucking loaded on running backs, but they can't fucking run because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Where the play calling is terrible. Like
Does Norvell call the plays?
he is right now.
He's not doing a good
No,
job.
he's
Like
bad. That's why Atkins needs to take full control when he gets back. I think they kind of like share. I don't think Atkins calls all the plays. I don't think Norvell usually calls all the plays, but that man needs to be relinquished of play calling duty entirely. It's so fucking vanilla. Like, oh, first down. What are we gonna do? We're gonna run the ball.
it's
Hasn't
so
worked the
it's
last 5
predictable.
fucking
Yeah.
drives, brother. Or like, so this game, we'll like run the ball 3 times in a row. Not working. Next drive, same thing, same thing. We're just pounding it until it's gonna work, and it's not fucking working. This game, we're not gonna run the ball at all because it's not working. We're just gonna fucking throw the ball with a quarterback that's not in rhythm, can't get in rhythm. Receivers dropping the ball. That was a big thing this game.
Yeah,
Um,
it was.
can't fucking sustain a drive because our quarterback sucks. So like, stop fucking throwing the ball and try something different. We did a reverse and it got like pretty good progress. I was like, that's the first time I've fucking seen anything like that. What?
There's
Why are we
some
not doing that?
trick plays that one of them worked and then one of them didn't. And the one
Yeah,
that didn't, it was mainly just because DJ just threw to his first read. Like he could have just looked because there's a guy like
yeah.
crossing that he could have hit, but he's just like, or he just panics. Like he doesn't.
He was panicking a lot. He was really just like hitting the dump off the whole game. He was not like trying to hold on to the ball. He was not trying to, lead receivers downfield, wait for him to get some separation. It was just like, as soon as he had a little pressure in his face, dump off, dump off, dump off, and it was like getting blown up like as soon as they caught the ball. Um, he he's not it. We're not winning with this man. I was optimistic. I was like, all right, we'll get, maybe it was just a bad first game. He didn't look completely terrible game
I thought he
one.
looked pretty good the first game when he was given the opportunity. The first game,
Man,
and
he's
second
got
second
he's
game
got
was just not good.
talent. He's got talent. He just can't fucking. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him.
It's a mental thing, I think.
It is definitely a mental thing, and he's also slow as fuck. If our offensive line's this bad, he can't be there. Like he can't be back there. Like we need somebody to move. Everybody behind him on the depth chart is faster. I don't know about more accurate or consistent, higher IQ. No fucking idea. But I would rather just have a mobile quarterback and we can just run the goddamn read option every play. I don't care. We'll run the triple option. Fuck it. It's better than what we got going on. Like do something because this isn't working. We will lose every game we play if we keep going like this. Every single game. We'll lose to
Yeah.
Memphis. Cal will beat us. SMU will definitely beat us. We'll get blown out by Clemson. Fucking shitty Cade Klubnik. Because they'll just run the ball. And fucking Maffa or whatever the fuck his name is will probably have 400 rushing yards on us. Um, Miami will probably beat us 63-3 like Georgia did. We'll lose to Florida and their shitty ass team. We will beat probably, and then the FCS school on this fucking schedule will probably beat us too. We could potentially lose every game. We probably won't make a bowl game. Everybody needs to be fired. Fuck it. Keep Norvell because his buyout's a little high. Keep Coach Atkins, but then special teams coordinator. Everybody else they can go.
It's like I think like for me, I mean, granted, we got a small sample size. We
Two
don't know
games isn't
what's,
really super small, and then it's also teams we should be beating.
but like 2 games in, I'm kind of with you where I don't think I've ever seen Florida State be this bad. Other than that year, you guys lost to like Jacksonville State. Like
Yeah.
aside from that year, this is the worst I've seen you guys
But it's
play
looking like that
ever.
year.
That's what I'm saying. Like this team, I wouldn't be surprised like if they lost to a team like that.
Me neither.
But it's like Norvell at this point, he's deep into his tenure. He's built up something. He's proven he's a good coach. He's got to find a way to turn this around. I don't know what he can do, but that's why he gets paid so much money. He gets paid to figure it out, and he needs to figure it out, or his seat's gonna get warm.
I seen this thing, and yeah, it semi makes sense. It was like they were stating, how we, all got snubbed from the playoffs, how we should have made it. We lost a lot. Like Norvell was so quick to like just replace those missing pieces and get back to where we were and keep everybody from talking shit about us and like, oh, you guys got left out and then you should have got left out because you got blown out to Georgia or by Georgia. Like he was so quick to just like try to get past that and just fill the team and fill the spots with transfers. Like he's not developing the talent that we have. He's not recruiting. He's just trying to plug the holes and just get us into the playoffs like as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Um, man, I'm fuck it. That kind of seems what it is. Like this team does not mesh. This team does not play together. They're doing nothing together.
yeah. I mean, I
It's
guess
it's
on
just
one hand,
bad.
yeah, if he spent all that time developing the guys he already had, maybe and they're already ingrained in the culture. Maybe this would be a different season.
And he can definitely develop a quarterback. Jordan Travis, he developed. Jordan Travis was fucking bad when he got there. Um, I
Yeah, he
mean, maybe
wasn't
not
wasn't great at
bad, but
He wasn't
like
great at
he's
Louisville. Yeah,
he's definitely not what he is now. Um, I don't know. We're cooked. Season's over. We're not making the playoffs. Like I said, we might not make a bowl game. We got nothing left to play for except pride at this point,
yeah. I
and
mean, yeah.
that's it. That's all we got. So, and then
I
we
mean,
just, I
I've
guess
been
we
there. I've been there before. Yeah,
if we can beat our rivals, that'll be a win. That's all we got to play for. We got to beat Clemson, Miami, and Florida. That's all we got.
that's how it was the year we went 6-7. Like it was just like we got blown out by TCU, blown out by Texas, beat by Kansas State, and it was just like, damn, like there's just you're just like, fuck, there goes all our hope early in the season too.
So I was so excited for this year, and now I'm just like already done. I don't
Kind
even
of just
want.
dreading every game now.
I just like don't even want to watch college football now because I'm like, the fuck's the point?
Nah, see, that's how
I
I
just gotta
was
find it. I gotta find a different team to invest in.
like for
Because I
the
mean,
season. Yeah,
yeah, I don't want to like bandwagon a team, but like, I kind of want to pick one of those like kind of maybe outside the top like 7, 8 teams that kind of just like Arizona. Like we're just both super high on Arizona. Like
Yeah.
kind of lock in. Like, all right, this is my team 1B for the year because my team is one fucking bottom of the FBS in every category.
Yeah, I have a handful of teams, besides my team that I'm like, I like this team. Like I'll root for this team. Like I'm not like, so I don't really like care that much, but I'm like, I like them. I'll root for them. There's a few like Arizona. Yeah, it's one of the teams where I'm just like, I hope they do good.
I guess all I'm hopeful for is, like I said, we beat our rivals and fucking Miami don't win the national championship because goddamn they look good. I'd be sick. Just as long as they don't, I don't care. Alabama can win their fucking 20th in a row or whatever. Georgia, whoever, somebody, Michigan, don't care. Just please beat Miami,
Yeah,
please. That's all I ask. Somebody fucking beat that team.
you wouldn't have thought DJ had 272 yards last night. You would have
That's what
thought he
I'm
had like
fucking saying.
113. Like
There's no. That's got to be a typo. Maybe 172 or just 72. Completion percentage. That's like, was that 40, like 9%?
yeah, it's yeah less than 50. Actually, I think it's exactly 50, right? 21 plus 21 is
Yeah,
42. So
so 50.
50% is not good.
Terrible. That's terrible. We was trying to like, or not. I don't think we ran like one screen. And the shit got blown up. He couldn't even get it to the running back. Like I don't know why we weren't doing more of that. We got fucking um we got Jesus Christ, catch passing backs that can do a lot in space.
Oh,
Toafili, like that's what he does.
you know who was doing terrible last night? The tight end, dude. He was
Oh
dropping
my
shit.
God, Morlock, that dude's so good, and he's got so much potential. And I'm like, really, I like him, but like, there's something wrong with him too.
It's a mental thing. Like he's just dropping, like just like it got in his head. He dropped one, and then he just.
After that second went out of taking him out. Don't put his ass back in there. He was getting open. I'll give him that. And he's big as fuck, but like, he's not catching it. And
Those
then like,
drops were costly too because they were like first down level
bro,
drops.
that fucking when we was in the red zone, DJ missed the wide open dude in the corner for a
That was
touchdown,
terrible.
and then the two incomplete passes that they were contested, but they could have been caught. It could have been. That lost us the game right there. That we could have brought the momentum back. We'd have been down by one score. All we needed was a stop, which we were kind of getting stops here and there in the second half, way more than the first half.
Yeah, that overthrow, that was probably the
That
worst
was
play
the
of the
game. That
game.
was the
That
game
was
right
the
there.
worst play of the whole entire game.
Game
Because
was
he was
over.
wide, he had him wide open,
I
not another player
overthrew
in
him by
sight.
like feet. Well, it wasn't like a slight, like, oh, just slightly out of reach. Like, you could have stacked two people on top of each other and to
He
catch that.
aired that shit the fuck out. Like,
Makes me
why did he
sick.
do that?
And fuck, man, I wish like Norvell would have switched in the fourth quarter. Like, why are you riding this dude? It's not working. Coming in at halftime, like, should have gave like, okay, is the dude locking in? Is he showing any kind of inclination he could win this game for us? Like, okay, we got a touchdown on the third quarter. Like, fourth quarter, we ain't doing shit. Put somebody in there that's good. Like, at least give him some fucking reps for maybe next week.
Yeah.
I'm fucking distraught. I I almost don't even want to watch a game that we play the rest of the year.
I mean, I would give it, another loss, you're definitely like there's no hope. But at that point, like when we were like 6 and 7, I
It's a
was
rebuilding
watching
year.
I was watching for like just to see like what do we have for next year, you know what I mean? Like who's one of our guys next year? Like
Yeah,
because you'll see the progress throughout the year, some of these guys.
yeah,
By the
for
end of
sure.
the year, you guys will be a better team than you are now.
Absolutely. And if we fucking come into if DJ somehow starts next week somehow, and we come out slow, that motherfucker better not be playing after halftime.
Yeah.
If it's even remotely a close game, please God get him out of there. We might as well fucking see what the backups got. We have a 5-star freshman on the bench. Oh, put him in there. Unless he just doesn't know the playbook. But I'm sure you could call up some vanilla shit that he can possibly hit. Like the dude can
Yeah, at
throw.
least he can
Like,
make the throws. Like,
and I think I'm pretty sure he's kind of athletic. He's definitely faster than fucking DJ's statue ass. So like, put the fucking punter in the game. I don't care. Somebody on that team could throw the ball to somebody open in the end zone. Somebody can,
yeah, absolutely.
except for him. He can't. Bro, We should have just fucking ran the Wildcat like we were doing last year against goddamn Louisville. Why didn't we do that?
Yeah, that might have been. Well, shit, that's what we did that one Texas game where that Bevel kid that was our backup couldn't like complete a pass, so we just put our tight end basically at quarterback the rest of the game.
Bro, they
And
could have put
Wildcat.
you could have put fucking Toafili at quarterback and Roydell Williams right next to him. Or you could have put them two and Cam Davis, our fucking badass freshman running back, run the fucking wishbone. Money. I guarantee you we'd have been cooking. Like, okay, go ahead and stop this. And then they fucking sell out. We'll just toss it. Maybe somebody will catch it. A little slant or something. I don't know. Fuck, dude. Let me call the plays. Come on.
It's a rough rough
I
start.
just want to like bang my head against the fucking wall watching this team. It's like I'd rather watch paint dry.
Like I was I like Florida State, but they're not my favorite team, and I'm getting mad watching the game, just like what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, because I'm rooting for Florida State, so I'm just like, what are you guys doing, man? Like, it was a really frustrating game. Like I said, I woke up this morning like, what? Dude, there's no way that happened last night. Like, it was just so
Yep.
shocking to me to see. Like the first game, I was thinking, it could be a fluke. The second game, it's just you're in shock because you're like, damn, it's really that bad. Rough.
I don't know what to say. Like I said, I hope it's just that conspiracy theory that they're trying to just get DJ out of there, and then next week we're a fucking championship team somehow, and like everybody's locked in. I'm just praying to God that that is even potentially close to what's going on. Because if not, God, we have so many problems, and it's gonna be. This is not just a 1 year this year thing. This is gonna be 3-4 years worth of work to fix this. To like get recruits in, get out the fucking people that don't give a shit, not rely on the transfer portal to build a whole new team. Like
yeah.
this is gonna be a long process if this is like a deep rooted thing, which is unfortunate.
Rough start. We'll see how it goes.
Fuck man,
Um,
did you see they was talking about trying to get Jimbo on the team? He was like at the Ireland game or whatever, and everybody was like, "Oh, is he gonna join the stat?" Bro, I would love for that man to come on as like
just as a coordinator, yeah.
coordinator, like obviously not the coach because he fucked us all up, but like some capacity, like the dude won us a championship. Like he can obviously do something.
He was saying like, he's very eager to start coaching again, is what he's
Nah,
been saying.
he's not coaching, not us. He can
Well, I
come
mean, he could come and help call plays, offensive analyst type deal, like
something like
because he was a he was
please.
a he was a great as your OC. I mean, he was good as a head coach for the most part.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
granted, we had Jameis, so it's kind of hard to determine like was that all Jameis and
I
his
mean, I would say it's mostly
that team
Jameis.
was fucking stacked though. So like he had to have done something to
He was a
like
great recruiter at the very
that team was
least.
fucking loaded. One of the best teams of all time. So like that he's got to get some credit for that.
Yeah,
Actually, that's a lot of credit. 'Cause, I mean, he built the team, so we could use him.
I mean, but I
Anyways,
do.
get off my fucking soapbox of shame.
Yeah, I think we'll end this one so far. Let us know what y'all think is wrong with Florida State. What do you guys think they could do to fix it? Um, yeah, we'll catch y'all on the next video. We'll be discussing like our top six teams and stuff. Um, but yeah, catch you next time.